Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme Issue 3. And this one was an enjoyable one because it still was kind of like an episode of the week kind of issue, but it's still connecting back to the overarching story of someone is taking things from Doctor Strange's forge, and we get another kind of clue through this issue. So it starts off, and we see that there's this guy who came in, and he looks about 90, but he's actually 19. He's Toby, and they're trying to figure out what's going on with him. Of course, Stranger's brought on to consult, mainly because of his other side, and he's inspecting him and sees that he has this recent tattoo, and he's like, whoa, where did you get this? Of course, we get the story that Toby was a little drunk, found this kind of one dude, and said that he didn't look quite right, that he would like vanish if he was looked at it certain ways. Got the tattoo and was like thrown out. He's like, crap. It's pretty much put it down to a vampiric sigil tattoo, and that he said he was going to operate on him, put him to sleep, and went into the tattoo. And we find him in this kind of two-dimensional world that's done with like ink and everything, and we see that Toby's tattoos are also in there. So Strange is kind of like going around. He sees this one kind of mermaid-ish chick has been like, "Hey, can you tell me what's going on?" Opens her mouth and weird tentacle freaking things are coming out to pretty much try and eat Strange. He's able to get away. He's like, "That's kind of nuts." So he's attempting to get into this one castle, but of course, one of the dragons from Toby's tattoos pops up and tries to take him out. And Strange, yeah, he gets kind of messed up a little bit because he's actually able to be grabbed by the dragon. He's like, ah, crap. So he uses his cloak to kind of blind it so that way he can kind of escape. But we learned that he's still learning to utilize spell work with his hands since he's gotten more motor function out of him. But he has been getting progressively better. So he then runs into another person within this ink realm, and they're kind of this big lumbering kind of brute that's connected to this device. And of course Stranger's like, I don't have time for this. He's able to like deduce that he doesn't have that much longer to get Toby out of this predicament, and decides to fight him. But every time he tries to like wound the dude, he heals super fast, but sees that he's connected to something, so he's able to trick the dude into smashing that and taking himself out. We get onward and we see that he is able to find other people that are being leached off of, as well as they're chanting the demon's name, Stigmata. And it's like, oh god, that's not good. And he's like, yeah, they're saying my name. And of course, he's like laying his plans. This is a two-dimensional place, and he's been like leeching life off of the thirders, as he calls them. He's like, hey, one came down here, so I should get you for a while, and talking about the importance of sigils and tattoos and everything. Of course, Strange understands this as the dude is trying to tattoo, of course, his sigil onto him, but Strange looks and makes sure to remember what's going on with that machine and uses his magic, badass style, in my opinion, to take the ink off of Toby's. I don't know how I would describe it. It's not. Toby's physical form is, of course, within the third dimension. But he has his 2D representation there, and it's got the tattoos and everything, so he's able to draw the ink from those tattoos, create his own sigil, and blast the demon into nothingness, destroying its physical form. Now, granted, of course, it will still be able to be alive, but it's like, holy crap, there you go. Of course, he talks about how not many of the demons can withstand the all-seeing and everything, and that sigils, yes, they do have power, but it's limited because they can always be erased, as Strange, of course, has erased those. He's able to get out. Toby's fine. Everybody that was being leeched off by this demon is fine. But, of course, he's talking in the back of his head, okay, that thing that the demon had components that could only be found in my forge. So now Strange is on the next leg of his journey for this arc to be like, okay, we knew that someone was taking shit from his forge. Now he knows that somebody's been taking shit from his forge, and we'll have to see how he kind of handles that and how he's going to be able to go from there. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.